And ADHD, I can see some parallels. I don't know what to do with that knowledge, but I'm willing to accept that I definitely exhibit some sign of ADHD and anxiety.
Well, anxiety and depression runs in her family, regardless of her disability. But the thing that annoyed me is growing up in school, they kept trying to use statutes to deny me schooling that would help me with my low intelligence, which was frustrating.
You're like, I want to be the smartest person in the room.
It was stupid that if you were above standard classes, you were disabled. Therefore, you couldn't do accommodations. So you had to stay in standard classes to get the bare minimum accommodations you received, which are nothing.
Yeah, I don't know how to respond to that. I think our parents did the best they could, not having enough information and enough resources.
Oh, I agree.
Because that kind of mentality wouldn't fly today. I think if your kid was in school and your kid had a disability and had an IEP, if they fought to have an aptitude test to show that they were intelligent, they would be given that right to take those classes.
But that was the thing. Our IEPs were forwards, so that it never showed how intelligent we are.
Yeah, and that was a grave disservice to us.
Yes. I I think the worst disservice was SATs. That we were denied taking them because they didn't do the foundations. Despite the fact I had the highest score of PSATs of the district.
I mean, I think I'm people smart versus being book smart.
Oh, you are.
So I feel like my disservice was them not being able to find the material in a way that was accommodating. So books that were on tape or books that were large print. They just said, "Oh, we don't know how to help you, so we're not going to help you. Figure it out."
And that was the other thing is that a lot of times we would get papers for schoolwork, and it was during the time where you had the copy machines and the projectors, and you'd be given the ones that were faded and was not this stuff. And we're still expected to fill it in, despite teachers knowing you couldn't see it.
Wow, I think you're trying to date us, Nick.
You're welcome.
I feel old.
But no, I agree that our parents did the best they could, and I love that when we got home from school, we had homework time with four of us. But despite our disservice from school, it did teach us to work hard and to learn ways around the systems, knowing that the only way to receive what we want in life is to do it ourselves and not depend on others.
Facts. I think, I think too. It also taught us to reach for things, to reach outside of what's expected of us, and do what will make us happy, even if there's no easy path to that destination.
Oh, totally agree. A perfect example is when we did college. So my first semester, I had just been kicked out of my major for forensics after being told that someone like me had no future. So annoyed, I went to my counselor and asked her what was the hardest class at the school, and was told it was called Geospatial Information Services. I mean systems, sorry, which is technology used to create maps. So there's no specific technology. You're using pretty much size 10 font on a computer to create blueprints. And my teacher was the only one that gave me a chance. Everyone else said, it's too hard, you can't do it. If you want to back out, it won't be held against you, etc. And I stuck with it. And thanks to my teacher, I can say that the online map that they use for the school, I created.
Did you? Oh, sorry.
And no one did it away from me.
Now, looking back on it, is it something that you enjoyed and that you would do again?
No. It was challenging. I think the only reason I was able to do it is because the teacher had a way to do it where it was okay I couldn't see the computer. It was okay that I struggled using the system and the technology to create it in the program. But I still got it done. And I'm proud of that. And I think that's what it comes down to. What you want to achieve, you have to think of an outside the box idea to complete it. For example, acting. I love being on stage. I love acting. I love cosplay. I love art. But a lot of people see Blind Girl and they want me to be part of it, sadly.
Yeah, I think that was going to be my thought. That's why I asked if the geovision class is something you enjoyed, something you would do again. If you didn't like it, to try to find something that you did enjoy, but you would have known whether you liked it or not if you had done it.
Exactly.
And I think in my experience, when I was in college, I thought I wanted to either be a teacher or an aide and work with students with disabilities. And I think the biggest obstacle was, oh, you're blind, so students are going to see that and exploit it, and you're not going to be able to be of any use to the students. And it wasn't until I did an internship where I actually worked with students with behavioral disabilities, which could be hard for somebody that's not blind and not disabled. Which that part was scary because I'm like, the kids hit me, what am I supposed to do? Or if they attack me, what am I supposed to do? But, and of course, they gave me the one student that didn't want to be there, that didn't like me, but them seeing how, how I traveled to each class and how I worked with other students, after 3 or 4 weeks, I was her favorite.
Aww.
But no, I don't want to work with kids. I love being around people and I love helping people, and that did show that I want to do something in customer service, like
HR.
Yeah, HR, customer service, some fashion of helping people and making their day better.
I could see that.
But what I want to teach and organize a lesson plan and deal with bratty kids, no. Nope, 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 nope.
As I was saying, like, I enjoy acting, but every time my vision got worse, my biggest struggle was going from on and off stage for the curtain because I could no longer see where the divide was to get on the stage, or how far down into the wings that they could no longer see me on stage. And it wasn't until college that I had an awesome director that figured out a solution was to have other actors help me on off the stage, but keep it in the show so I didn't break the character. For example, having the children walk me to my spot, or having me on my spot when we light team up, and then having fun interaction with another character and be dragged off stage. Which is why I don't get why now in theater still aren't any blind actors. Currently, you'd want to be customer service, correct? If you'd have any job, your dream job, this moment, is that what you want?
I think I'd want to be a caretaker.
Aww.
Which is crazy because apparently you need a degree to do that.
I know. But you're good at it. I mean, you teach your dad. He just got a man child.
Wow.
He is.
I mean, you have to have a lot of patience, and I understand that you have to have CPR training, which I got certified for. And let me tell you, doing that as a blind person is hard.
I can imagine.
So I'd have to get recertified for that, which I could do. But apparently you have to have all these classes and courses in like behavioral studies. Like, and it's the same type of education somebody would have to do if they want to be a counselor.
I can see that.
And I get the rationale behind it, but I feel like there should be like a certificate where it's, some type of counseling classes and CPR class. I mean, that's it.
But unfortunately, in this day and age, you have people that will corrupt the system and have elder abuse no way with it. I mean, that's why they need all the classes. So you know what not to do.
That's a valid point. But I don't want to go back to school.
I know. School is hard. I agree.
I'm a slow reader. It takes me way too long to read something and comprehend it and memorize it. So I went and got my associates in teaching. Hence why I know I don't want to be a teacher, but I wouldn't do that again.